Peace, family. Peace, 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 peace. All right. So, first off, my name is Dina Bryant. Okay. I do these inspirational videos just talking about life. Okay. And if you are new to my channel, I welcome you because, honey, you could have been anywhere. Okay. But you chose to click on this here video. Okay. And now I gotcha. No. Listen. I had some brownies, okay, honey, and not brownies with wheat, just regular brownies, okay? And I guess from all the sugar, I'm like pumped up. But listen, in today's video, we are going to talk about doubt, self-doubt. So I believe we all have experienced some form of self-doubt. And to get straight into the video, the way to get over self-doubt is you have to jump into it, right? You have to jump into it. You have to do the thing that you are afraid to do. For instance, in September the 24th, right? I was watching an inspirational video on YouTube about a lady saying, the very first time that she did a speaking engagement, right? And how she felt so nervous on the stage, and she was thinking that people was gonna say stuff about her and all these different things. But she said she looked at her watch because she was supposed to be on stage for an hour. She looked at her watch and it was only 15 minutes. And she thought that she was like at least, half hour, done, whatever. But it was only 15 minutes. And when I heard that video, it did so much for me. I don't know what it was. So it's September the 24th this year, okay, 2022. And I'm in my car, I'm doing Uber, I'm listening to this lady talk about, the very first time, and I just got this instant download. Something was like, you need to start doing speaking engagements, speaking events. And I was like, what? But along with that, it was also, I would like to say my higher self was telling me to do the speaking events. And then on the other side, it was my ego saying, I'm not ready. People not going to show up. I started thinking about what this guy who I gave an ultimatum to before, because we was having relations. And I remember one time he said to me, he was like, I would never get in a relationship with you. Do you hear the way you speak? And I started thinking about all these different ideas. Like, a part of me wanted to do speaking, right? Speaking events. But then it was another part of me that was, cared about what other people said, worried about, how other people was going to perceive me, all these different things. And I have this good friend that I met while I was doing Uber, and his name is Thomas. And Thomas he's an older guy, and whenever I have ideas and I talk to Thomas and I'm like, Thomas, I got this idea. So that particular day, September 24th, I called Thomas and I'm like, I sent him a message on Messenger, Facebook. And I'm like, Thomas, I'm ready to start speaking. Because prior to this, I spoke to Thomas about me, my ideas and stuff, me being an inspirational speaker and, all these different things. And I remember Thomas, when he was in my car, one of the things he said was, we going to get you on stage like Les. Because when I met Thomas, I was listening to the great Les Brown. Okay. And so when I told Thomas, I was like, I'm sending him a message. I'm like, I'm ready. Thomas could not have sent the message back. No, that wasn't good enough. He had to call me, right? So imagine this. I'm outside my children's school, my daughter's school, and I'm waiting to pick my daughter up, and I get a phone call from Thomas. And I'm like, I'm there in the car, and I'm looking at the phone, and I see Thomas' name. And I'm like, should I answer it? maybe I shouldn't, right? Should I? Because I already knew Thomas was going to say, like, all right, you said you ready, come on, find a place, whatever. So I answers the phone. And of course, Thomas is like, all right, let's go. You said you ready. And immediately I start telling Thomas like my doubts. I start telling Thomas my fears. And so we talking, and Thomas basically is like, you have to have faith. Faith is not what you can see, right? He was like, you got to believe that you can, because you really can. And so he was like, if you serious, find a place for your speaking engagement and we'll go from there. So I'm like, all right. So I hang up. And next minute I know, a few days, probably a day or so goes past, and I'm like, I'm looking for places. I'm on Google looking for spaces, where I could have my speaking event. And so I put on my Facebook page, right? I'm like, do anybody know of in these spaces where I could hold my speaking event? And so Thomas seemed to post, and he put this place in, this name called Peer Space, I believe. And so, honey, I did not know nothing. I did not know how to book the place because I never did it before. I didn't know how it worked, far as if you're doing hours. So some places on Peerspace, it goes by hours. So some places they say, the minimum is 2 hours, right? And so I booked the place. And after I booked the place, honey, I didn't even know how to send out the invitations. I did not know how to send out the invitations on Facebook, like to my friends and stuff, so they could say if they was going to the event. And if everything could have went wrong, everything did. Okay? Everything. It was like so many obstacles. And I don't know up until this day, like how I was able to send the link so my friends could apply and say they was going to, the event or whatever. So after all of that, I sent out the invitations. Then it was an issue with my car. Then it was an issue with my phone. Like, it was like all these different things that was going on. And it was a part of me, after I paid for the space, doubt crept in again and was like, girl, just cancel it, right? You could take that money and you could do something else with it. But then it was another part of me that was like, no, because I know what it feels like working on a job or working somewhere and you still struggling to pay bills. This was the one thing that I'm truly, truly passionate about, is doing inspirational videos, making content, hosting events, right? Like inspirational events, speaking engagements. And so I am proud to say, okay, so yesterday, I did my speaking event. Okay. These are the pictures. Okay. I held my speaking engagement. It was nothing the way I thought it was going to be. It was absolutely nothing like that. First of all, I think a lot of times we compare ourselves to other people. Like, I was thinking about people like Lisa Nichols. Some of you guys, I know some of you guys who probably watch my channel. You know who Lisa Nichols is because she's, into personal development. I was thinking about Les Brown, another hitter, and I was thinking about Zig Ziglar. So I was thinking about all these people, and I was like, I see them giving talks and things of that nature. I need my speaking event to be like that. And right before I left my house to go to my speaking event, I meditated. And I had got this download like, your events doesn't have to be like nobody else's event. Like, you are unique. Your event could be the way you want your event to be, right? And so I thought about that. And when I got to the location, it was such a phenomenal time. I had so much fun. It was nothing what my ego was trying to tell me or trying to convince me. A lot of times we have to doubt because the story we constantly telling ourselves, the constant fear, right? The experience of anxiety. And my whole thing to the person that's out there that really wants to do something different, like, you really, your heart is into this, but you hear the fear. You remember what the people had said about you. You know, whether it was family, friends, whoever. How they may have said you wasn't good enough. How they may have said, why you? How they may have said you don't have a degree in whatever it is. Listen, honey, I'm here to tell you. Oh, listen. If the universe had put it in your spirit for you to do it, honey, you have to do it. I was having so many ideas. People not going to show up. And for my first speaking engagement, it was about 6 or 7 people. And that was good. That was good. Now, I did say, I was allowing 25 people to come out to see me because it was like, my first speaking event. But I'm so excited. Listen, the only way you going to face the doubt and the fear is you step into it. You step into it. There's no other way around it. And I guarantee you, it is not going to be as bad or even bad the way you think it is. I had such an amazing time last night. Like-minded individuals, and you be yourself, right? You have to be yourself. And it just was an amazing event. It really, really was an amazing event. So to the person that's out there, you have the doubt. You want to open a business. Honey, do it. If you serious about opening a business, you will come up with a name. My friend, she wants to open up a business. And one of the things I said to her, I give you 24 hours. If you're really serious about opening a business, 24 hours. And I'm going to call you and see if you got the business name. I called her. She ain't answer. She ain't answer. You have what it takes. Don't compare yourself to anyone else and say, well, my season's supposed to look like their season, or it's supposed to look like that. No, it's supposed to look very unique. It's supposed to look the way it's supposed to look, but unique. Not like anyone else's. And so I hope this video really helped anyone out there that's going through doubt. Honey, the only way to get through it is to get through it. In order for you to get over it, you got to get through it. You got to go through it. Right? And instead of focusing on why it won't work, or yesterday, but I kept telling myself, I am so happy and excited. Things are working in my favor. Ooh, things are working in my favor. Ooh, things are working in my favor. And that's all I kept on saying yesterday. Don't focus on why it's not going to work. Focus on how it's working. Don't focus on, Or if I quit this job, I'm going to lose the 401k if I open that business. Focus on, if you quit that job and you open your business, you could be a millionaire. Focus on that. A lot of times we have to change our mentality. We have to change the way we see things, change our perception. You have greatness within you, and whatever it is that you want to do, honey, you can do it. You just got to step into it and do it. And with that being said, I love you guys.